a second. Yes, yes, people. It's MC Noble, DJ Ash Noble. We're back with the live in a slightly different place. I've still not gone home from the weekend. Um, this is the review of the Neon UV party that I DJ'd at on Friday. Now, first of all, I just want to apologise because I've been trying to get the videos like because I normally take clips of my set, like I film little clips of like tunes that I'm dropping in the set, and it gives you a little bit of an idea of what I played. um, I normally upload a video containing them clips, and I'm not kidding you. I've tried to render the video about 6 times, and my phone's just not having it. I'm having like an issue with storage where it's saying the storage is full, and I've deleted like over 200 pictures, videos, and it's like still saying that there's not enough storage. And um, I tried to render the video, and it like corrupts like halfway through the rendering. So I'm gonna try and get the video up, but unfortunately we're doing the review first because you know I wanted to get the review done. Um, so basically, the Neon UV party was like a last minute booking for me. It was like I only got to know about it about a week ago. That someone was that there was after a DJ like to take part within the night as well, and it was all part of like Freshers Week, so university students like going out sort of week. And it was just there was a lot of parties happening all around. So, someone who I know who is a DJ put a post up saying there was in need of a DJ for the weekend to do, a set on the Friday, and she put some requirements down, and the requirements actually met sort of like what I could do and what I could play. So, I offered, I said, look, if you need a DJ, I can help. So I got the booking anyway, and it was at the service station in Hull, which is a pub stroke venue that I've never been to before, and I in some sense I didn't even know it existed. Like when I actually went to the place itself, I knew that it was a venue. Like I've gone past it before, and like obviously I've seen it's a venue, but I've just never really like taken any notice of what it's called and what they really offered. I just I could just tell from driving by and looking at it that place is like a pub stroke venue. So I went in there for the first time. It's to be honest, it's bigger inside than you would think it is. It's like big, and it sort of like wraps. It goes sort of like round, so it like you go sort of like round the bar. So the bar's almost like not a square in the middle, but it almost is like half a square as the bar, and sort of like you go right round, and there's like loads of tables. There's a pool table, and then you have got like a dance floor area as well. So I went obviously and did my set there for the first time, and it was a really sort of happy environment. The staff, the staff just seemed like really happy and energetic and in a party mood. And there was like smoke machines and foam machines, and they couldn't stop spraying it enough. And just sort of like trying to help out with the atmosphere. So I went on at 7 and I played till 9. And to be fair, the set I played was a mixture of like remixes of classics and some old like funky house and some classic house tunes. And the mixture I did was quite because it was like well known vocals that people would know, but it comes into these like sort of like modern bass line drops and deep house drops, and people seem to enjoy the vibe. It was one of them parties though where if I was going to do something like that again, I would probably just like take more music because I did, as a matter of fact, I got a couple of requests off people like, can you play this? Can you play that? It's that kind of sort of environment where you are going to get like the young people coming up and saying, have you got this tune? It's not really as such a place where you sort of, in some sense, go with too much of a planned set, and you definitely like take like sort of well-known tunes like Robin S. Show Me Love. So someone asked me if I could drop that, and 9 times out of 10, a DJ would probably have that tune, but I had a version of it. I just hadn't put it on the USB. So if I was going to DJ somewhere like that again, I would probably just take more music. So like if I get a few requests, or if I feel like that the vibe's a bit different and I want to drop something a bit different, then I can. And I would definitely probably go more on the remixed side of things as well. I mean, I enjoy dropping some of the classics. That's me. I love it. But when I dropped a couple of the remixes, I dropped a remix of Such a Good Feeling, Bizarre Inc. Not Bizarre Inc. Oh, do you know what? I can't even remember who did it now. Um, oh, they did Peace and Harmony as well. The tune's completely gone out of my, like, the people who did it. It's completely gone out of my head now. But anyway, Brothers in Rhythm. That was it, Brothers in Rhythm. I dropped that. It was a remix of it, and people liked it because they liked the drop in it. It went a little bit sort of deep housey and a little bass liney as well. It had a really nice sort of deep feel to it when it dropped. It had a nice bass sound in it, and people seemed to like it. So I was buzzed. So next time I would probably take more sort of like remixed tunes, and I'd like maybe take a little bit of some R&B remixes as well. So but it was the first time I'd done it, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. They did say, do like a bit of a classic set if you want. So I just thought, I had a vague idea it was going to be like a younger audience, so I was careful with what I took, sort of like music wise, because I didn't want to, I knew that if I sort of like went really sort of old and undergroundy, a lot of these like university and college students that they wouldn't know them. Um, so when I did go old school, I tried to go old school a bit more on the commercial side and drop some stuff that was maybe that well known of a song that even like sort of like younger people would know it, because even though it's old, it still gets dropped on the radio and stuff like that. And Such a Good Feeling, for example, is a well known tune. Awesome Free Don't Go was like an underground rave tune, but it was well known. People would know it. So, and then I dropped some old like funky house as well that was maybe from about 10 years ago. So it's still sort of a bit sort of well known today. But all in all, it was just a banger of a night, really, and it was good. Like I said, the atmosphere was quite good, and there was a lot of people that were just dancing and having a good time, really. And people even coming up and fist bumping me, like saying, this tune's sick, and stuff like that. And I was shocked when they asked me to play 2 hours. I was like, a 2 hour set. I was thinking like, I was buzzed to do it, but I was thinking like a 2 hour set, like whoa, you want me to play a 2 hour set? So it gave me a lot more sort of motion, and it gave me a lot more sort of like time to play around. And because sometimes you do an hour set, and you're always kind of leaving a tune out that you would maybe want to drop, but you just don't get time to drop it in. Because believe you and me, when you're doing an hour set on the decks, like in a club, like it actually just flies by because you enjoy it so much. So it's like, you drop a couple of tunes, and then already it's like, say you go on at 7 and you drop like two, three tracks, and it's already like quarter past. You drop a couple more, and then before you know it, it's half past, and it's like, half an hour of your set's gone. Um, and sometimes, if you vibe in the crowd a bit different, you decide to drop something else instead. So you're always kind of in that motion of, sadly, as much as I wanted to play this tune, I'm going to have to leave it out. So having the 2 hours, it gave me a bit more time to to like drop a lot of tunes, and stuff like that. So I was quite buzzed. So I played the 2 hours, and then sadly I had to shoot off because we was invited to another event in Bridlington, and we was just photographing and stuff like that. Which, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a third layman. So if you don't follow the Layman Show, you won't know what the Layman Show is. But a couple of my friends, they're podcasters, but like it's much more than just podcasting. Like we own like a record label, where we like put music out. We have a radio station which we're actually relaunching, and besides that, we go out to like events and parties and we take pictures. We get invited sort of as like VIPs and stuff. And we just go and we sort of represent the event, we help promote it. We take photographs, and we put them up online, and we don't ask for anything for it. The only thing we ask is free entry into the night, and we'll just plug the event like mad, and we'll photograph everything, and we'll take videos, and we'll just film the atmosphere of the night really. And if we know we're coming to the night, we'll spam and plug the event like mad, to try and help bring an audience in. So we had to shoot off to this 90s night in Hull, in Bridge, sorry. Living Joy and Angie Brown was singing live on stage. So we went there, myself and the layman himself, and what an atmosphere that was as well. So it just topped off what was, to be fair, like a really enjoyable night. And it was just absolutely fantastic. I played my set, and then it was like I just got to go and chill and listen to some 90s stuff. And going into that venue in Brid, so many old faces, because Brid's like quite close to Driffield, which is where I used to live. And I was quite well known in Driffield, especially when I started the MCing and stuff, and I attracted that sort of youngish audience of like, people in their late teens, early 20s, and people in their 20s. So going back there, people from Brid and people from Driffield that had come out to the night, so many people that recognised me, and so many people that like wanted to get a picture with me, and wanted to just like say hello, and like couldn't believe I was here, kind of thing. So I was buzzed about that. It was nice to go there. It was like stepping into like my territory with like people that I hadn't seen for a while, because obviously with me moving to Hull, I sort of like lost contact with a lot of people from that area. I mean, it's not like I was exactly particularly friends with them. I knew them to speak to. If I was on a night out in Drift, they'd be out in the pub, and it'd be sort of like, yeah, hello, how you doing, kind of thing. Um, but yeah, so it just topped off a really good night, really. But the main focus was obviously where I did the set. That's the main focus of the stream, to sort of sort of review it. So it's definitely up there with one of my favorite bookings, because it was just enjoyable, and I enjoyed just spinning the tunes, and it was a nice audience. So I was quite buzzed. So it's not my favorite booking, by far not, but it is definitely, it's up there, like, because to be fair, I enjoy most of my bookings. There's only like the odd occasional ones where maybe things didn't go too well, or even sometimes I've made errors, like forgetting to bring a jack for the headphones, or maybe just not bringing a mic wire, and then realizing actually I needed my mic wire, or for whatever reason, or sometimes maybe on the event promoter side or the venue side, it lacks in things. But usually 9 times out of 10, I if I'm booked for an event, or I do like a nice booking, I usually enjoy the vibe. So this one's definitely up there, and it was enjoyable. That's all I can really say. It was just something different. It was enjoyable. I don't normally go out and play like deep house and tech house, but I did enjoy it, and people enjoyed the set, which was the main thing. I mean, if they enjoy it, that's one of the main things. So next up for me, this Saturday is a local gig in Hull. Let's Trance. I'm hosting on the mic. A little bit later on when the trance gets a little bit harder. Some good names involved on the night as well. We got the Jester, we got Paul Davis, we got Ben Taylor. So we got a couple of local legends from Hull that are going to be ripping up the trance vibe. We've got DJ Healy herself, who's actually put the night on, and there's going to be some really good trance vibes. So I'm looking forward to it, and it will be great to smash out a nice trance, a nice trance set. And well, on the mic, I'm hosting. Obviously, I'm not DJing at this one. So I'm quite buzzed. It's going to be nice just to go ahead and do it. And I'm looking forward to getting involved in a trance night, as it's something that I've not been involved with before. But I do enjoy my trance music, so it will be something different. And I do enjoy my trance, so I'm looking forward to it. 100%. So that's going to really do it for this stream. I mean, there wasn't too much more to say about this Neon UV party. I enjoyed it. Sadly, I had to shoot off after I'd done my set, but what I vibed of the night. It was enjoyable. The time I was there, I had a good time. And like I said, the staff and everything seemed nice enough. The venue was a nice little venue, but it was bigger than I thought it was inside. And it was just like people that just wanted to have fun, really. It was a little bit kiddie-ish, like spraying all the foam and stuff like that. But it was kind of kiddie-ish in like a fun and good way. It was like, almost like adults just being a kid again and enjoying themselves. And sometimes it's not a bad thing, like an adult being a bit kiddie-ish. Like sometimes it's fun to be a little kiddie-ish. So it just topped up like a really good night. So anyway, that's gonna do it, people. I will try and get the footage up of my set like as soon as possible. I'm just trying to sort out this storage issue. Um, it's like just wanting me to delete loads of stuff, but there's actually stuff that I don't want to delete, that I'm trying not to like have to delete. So I'll try and get it up as soon as I can, and you can have a little look into some of the tunes I played. And another thing as well, it's actually longer than 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I've done a couple of videos of previous gigs where I've like filmed footage, and I actually always seem to get it just over 2 minutes, but this time it's actually just over 3 minutes. I took some of my videos I took, I like filmed for a little bit longer, which is what I needed really. Sometimes I will admit, like I've been a little bit short on the filming, so like I say, that's gonna do it. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, subscribe, share. We'll see you next time.